Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into a profoundly human story that sits right at the core of enterprise business. We're taking this journey from the cool, midnight blue isolation of leadership all the way to the warm, golden morning of operational peace. Honestly, if you've ever felt those relentless, unseen demands of running a 24/7 operation, you'll absolutely want to stick around for this.
Okay, let's jump right in with a super powerful thought from our source material. Every builder carries the same quiet weight. I mean, doesn't that just perfectly capture the unguarded reality of being an enterprise leader? We're always talking about the glitz and the glamour of scaling a business, right? But we almost never talk about that silent, invisible burden the architects of these businesses carry when literally no one else is looking.
To really get a feel for this, picture a distinguished hotelier. It's late. He's standing all alone on this quiet terrace at night. His family's nearby, but mentally, he's miles away. He's just holding his phone loosely, kind of whispering to himself, I keep telling myself, just be here, just tonight. He's physically totally disconnected from his guests, but invisibly, he's inextricably tied to the relentless pulse of his business.
And wow, this brilliantly illustrates a core truth. And not just for hoteliers, by the way, but for hospital directors and high-ticket real estate executives too. The business never really sleeps, which means neither do they. That expectation of round-the-clock availability is this systemic demand that just slowly drains the energy of the people at the top. They're always waiting for the next notification, the next emergency, or even the next missed opportunity.
You see the exact same weight in healthcare too. Imagine a senior doctor sitting in a dimly lit, empty hospital corridor. She hasn't even touched her cup of tea. She's just totally exhausted, murmuring, 5 minutes. That's all I need before I walk back in. It's such a striking representation of the profound human toll of an enterprise that quite literally never stops. The dedication is absolutely there, but man, the physical and mental bandwidth is stretched to its breaking point. So that brings us to Section 1, the cost of silence. Let's look at how this systemic exhaustion turns into tangible business impact. Because it's not just about tired leaders, it's a massive hit to the bottom line. You see, this internal state creates a very real systemic fatigue. When leaders are feeling isolated, drained, and just weighed down by operational leaks, the whole infrastructure starts to fray. When the human team is asleep or they're just operating at max capacity, the system falters. It's the systemic fatigue of broken processes.
So here is the crucial point. While these leaders are trying so hard to steal just a moment of rest, their minds are racing. They know that somewhere out there, right at this moment, someone is asking a question. A high-value customer might be abandoning a booking, a patient is reaching out with a medical query, hitting a wall at the front desk, and just slipping away. The sources actually call these booking leaks the silent killer of hotel revenue. Someone's asking right now, and there is absolutely no one there to answer.
But what if that didn't have to be the reality? This is Section 2, the Unsung Symphony. Let's see how we can align what was scattered and actually answer that midnight inquiry before it's even fully asked.
The contrast here is just stark. On the one hand, we've got the old way, chaotic, unanswered overnight requests, lost revenue, and deep human exhaustion. But on the other hand, there's a new way, flawless, ultra-precise AI orchestration. It's literally the shift from dropping the ball in the dark to executing this living, breathing symphony of precision.
Which brings us to the core breakthrough from our sources, the asIma AI growth platform. Fun fact, asIma actually means the limitless in Hindi, and it is designed specifically to break those operational boundaries. It allows enterprise systems to scale without human constraints. Basically, it's an autonomous sales intelligence layer deployed across vertical industries, everything from hospitality to healthcare to high-ticket real estate.
And this number right here? Absolute game changer. 60 seconds. If an inquiry comes in within just 60 seconds, asIma steps up and takes over the unanswered conversation. No leaving the customer hanging. It immediately jumps in to act as your flawless round-the-clock representative. So no lead ever goes cold in the middle of the night.
It's literally like watching an orchestra come together in this rapid rhythmic harmony. The platform seamlessly synchronizes across all your active channels at the exact same time. WhatsApp engagement, email qualification, voice interactions, and web chat takeovers. It casts this massive omnichannel net that catches every single inquiry, making sure that wherever your customer wants to engage, the business is completely ready for them.
But it's not just a chatbot. That's where a lot of systems stop, right?
The AI conductor is at work here executing a flawless sequence. First, it instantly takes over those unanswered leads. Next, it coordinates in real time with your live property management system or clinic inventory. And finally, it completely automates the reservation, checkouts, and deposits. It's guiding the customer all the way to a secure conversion without any human intervention.
There's this really beautiful line from the source material, aligning what was scattered, answering before it's asked. That just perfectly captures the absolute elegance of this technology. It's an AI conductor, taking those scattered, anxious midnight inquiries and turning them into synchronized revenue. It anticipates what the customer needs and resolves it instantly, making the whole experience feel completely effortless.
Let me give you a super concrete example to put this into perspective. Because asIma has direct access to live inventory, it can confidently lock in massive, high-ticket conversions while the actual human sales team is fast asleep. The data highlights an amazing scenario where the AI secures a 120,000 rupee President's Villa booking, and get this, complete with a negotiated 3 p.m. late checkout and a locked-in deposit at 3 in the morning. I mean, that is lost revenue instantly recovered.
By handling this huge operational volume, we're talking up to 80% of routine sales inquiries, availability checks, and qualification dialogues, asIma totally flips the labor structure on its head. It eliminates the need for relentless, exhausting overnight shifts, not to mention seasonal hiring overhead. It finally allows your enterprise systems to run perfectly, while the human team actually gets the rest they so desperately need. And this quiet, meticulous precision running all night in the background, that is where the AI truly shines. Whether it's the hospitality sector checking live inventory, or the healthcare sector where the AI, specifically acting as the AVU-AAU variant, is solving complex knowledge gaps for patients asking medical questions, it's just tirelessly building your business flawlessly while you sleep.
All right, let's step out of the midnight blue and into Section 3, the builder's exhale. This is where the chaos is entirely resolved, and we finally reach that warm, golden morning.
Because all those overnight operations were handled with such absolute precision, the reality of the morning is completely transformed. The hotel guest arrives to a totally unhurried, perfectly prepared welcome. The patient walks into the clinic and boom, they're greeted immediately with their file already pulled and ready. To the customer, it feels like pure magic. But as we've seen, it's really just precision running quietly all night.
So we come back to our hotelier and our doctor in that warm morning light. And somewhere else, a builder finally exhales. Their phones are finally put away. They're entirely present with their families and their lives, completely unburdened by that unseen weight of the business. That quiet sigh of relief, that exhale, is really the ultimate return on investment here. They've reclaimed their time and their peace of mind.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought about the infrastructure behind every successful business. Take a really hard look at your own operations. When the lights go down and your team steps away, who is conducting your unsung symphony? Are you dropping the baton in the dark, or are you playing perfectly until dawn? Something to think about. Thanks so much for exploring this with me today.